a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe, keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youths, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe, keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youths, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe, keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youths, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe, keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youths, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe, keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it big chats. about issues facing our youth, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youth crying out, we need some help, so we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint, talking about issues facing our youth, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help, so we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint, talking about issues facing our youth, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help, so we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint, talking about issues facing our youth, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help, so we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint, talking about issues facing our youth, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help, so we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts, youths on the movement, calling big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action, by youths, youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youths, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youths, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youths, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youths, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youths, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for you Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youth, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out. We need some help, so we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youth, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out. We need some help, so we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youth, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out. We need some help, so we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Big Chats. I'm Courtney Duran.
And I'm Alisa King.
And remember guys, we're live on our Facebook page, Big Chats, and also on YouTube. And now we go over to our communication corner where we start our game Kahoot.
Communications Corner. Remember, you can text in your comments or your questions about our topic for today, which is sexual rights, to our number 604-1911. You can even send in your big ups to let us know that you are tuned in. Okay, and now it's time to play our game. It's called Kahoot. To simply play, you must log on to www.kahoot.it. It's KAHOOT.it. Okay, upon entering Kahoot, you have to enter the PIN code, which is 941948. I repeat, 941948. Okay, Upon that, you have to enter a nickname, any nickname of your choice, just for identification. Okay, see we have 7 players on, okay, and they're playing for $50 phone credits, and you have approximately 20 seconds per question. Okay, let's start. Question 1. Sexual rights are human rights applied to sexuality and reproduction. Choose a triangle for yes and a diamond for no. Question again is, sexual rights are human rights applied to sexuality and reproduction. Triangle for yes and diamond for no. Ten seconds remaining. Okay, we have Burns in the lead with 896 points. Move on to our second question. Discrimination is unfair treatment of a person or group because of differences. Again, triangle for yes and diamond for no. The question again is, discrimination is unfair treatment of a person or group because of differences. Triangle for yes and diamond for no. Okay, Burns is still in lead. Okay, we move on to our second question. Sexual rights only applies to people who are sexually active. Triangle for yes and diamond for no. Okay, the question reads again. Sexual rights only applies to people who are sexually active. Triangle for yes and diamond for no. Okay, Burns is still in lead. Seems like we already have a winner. Next, having access to information and services to make decisions about sex is a sexual right. Triangle for yes and diamond for no. "20 seconds remaining. Repeat the question. Having access to information and services to make decisions about sex is a sexual right. Triangle for yes and diamond for no. Okay, well, we have a new person taking the scoreboard, and that's TT. Okay. Next, forced marriage and child marriage is a violation of sexual rights. Okay. Triangle for yes and diamond for no. I repeat the question. Forced marriage and child marriage is a violation of sexual rights. 10 seconds remaining. Triangle for yes and diamond for no. Okay, we've come to the end of our game, and our top scorers are Tihi. Well, congratulations, Tihi. You got 5 correct out of 5. Okay, to claim your prize, you have to take a screenshot of your your winning screen, that is, and send it to our Facebook page at Chit Chat. Sorry, that is Big Chats. And also, I remind you guys to also send in your big ups or your questions about our topic for today about sexual rights to our number 604-1911, or even send us on Facebook. Okay? Thank you, guys.
Okay, and now we're gonna go to our break, but we'll be back, so stay tuned.
Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, called it Big Chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season.
I see these are some serious times. All I can see around us is just violence and crime. Full time for us to centralize, socialize, and realize. So let the sun shine throughout every day. Let the moon shine through the peaceful night. This is 7 times rising.
The BFLA Youth Center is a safe, positive place for youth.
With reading materials, games, and computers for doing research and homework. It's a place where youth can get together with other youth to build leadership and life skills. BFLA Youth Center also provides confidential, sexual, and reproductive health services for youth and counseling services for youth and parents. You can become a member of our youth advocacy movement and be a part of our training and educational sessions and community outreach. Come join us and be a part of the BFLA Youth Center because there is always someplace safe to be and something positive to do.
Big Chats, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation.
The show that is not afraid to tackle the issues that you care about. The show that is inspired and created by youth for youth. The show that gives you what you've been asking for. The show that gives you a voice. Tune in and log on to Big Chats.
Live on Saturday mornings at 11 with repeats on Sundays at 11 a.m. Only on Channel 5.
Man, oh, I got so much thing for my face. I could barely could see my face. Just cover everything. And my eyes so big. Why couldn't it be smaller? And my nose just big, like it just take up whole of my face. Oh. On the right side, I have a pretty smile. My eyes bright and pretty and big. These moles actually make I look kind of different, you know. I could live with that. And my nose, that passed down from all my family, so I can't change that. This is who I am.
Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, called it Big Chats. Great vision, greater
Thank you
action.
again for joining us on Big Chats. Again, we're live on Channel 5 and also on our Facebook page, Big Chats, and also on YouTube. And this morning we have our guest, Miss Eva Burgos. She is from Gohoven, and our topic for today, is birth control, a teen's guide.
So, Miss Eva, what is Gohoven about?
Okay, good morning. Thank you for inviting me today. It's actually Gohoven Belize Alumni Association. So it's really an association that was formed with young people, young Belizeans, who took a regional program structure form. So that means first we were a regional program, but then the young persons decided that they wanted to make a bigger impact, so they decided to open their own association. So the association is called Gohoven Belize, but to make it shorter and make it be catchier to remember it, it's called Go Belize. So actually we're known as Go Belize. And we were established in March of 2011. So we really only have 5 years in existence. But the main goal is to deliver and to make sure young people get the best quality in youth empowerment.
Okay, so where is Gohoven located?
Okay, that's a nice question, but the main office is in Belmopan, but the Gohoven alumni are located in entire country. So in each district, we have alumni that they're part of the association and do work for the association.
Okay, so birth control. What is a teen guides to birth control?
Okay, a teen guide for birth control is really to have young people analyze that the better protected they are, they will have a successful lower rate of becoming a teen parent. And we know that the teen years are from 1. What are the teen years?
The teen years are from 12 to up to 19.
19, exactly, right? And right now at the moment, if we look at our statistics, we have a lot of teen pregnancy. Maybe because of choice, or most of the times because they don't choose to, but we have teen moms. And what we have developed is this guide in order for the young teens to actually consider that there are ways that they can prevent teen pregnancy.
Okay, so what are types of birth control can a young woman or a young lady get when deciding which birth control to get?
Okay. The first thing, we have to look at our policies that exist. We know, and young people should know by right, you're entitled by right to start sexual intercourse at the age of what? 16, right?
The age of consent.
Consent, at the age of 16. But we still, the reality is that we still have young people engaging in sexual activities before that. So we have to be very realistic and to have them empowered in the different methods that exist. We know for a fact that the condom is the only method that protects us both from a pregnancy and also an STI. So that is the only one that has the dual prevention mode. But we also can let young people know that they can use a condom and a hormonal-based contraceptive.
Yeah, because we do know at times that when first starting the birth control, it's not always as effective when just starting it, so you want to use a backup plan, which would be the condom as well.
Okay. And for every young person, the first thing you should do is to come to a center where a professional person can help you. That can be a nurse, a doctor, a social worker, because not all the methods are, let's say your friend can use one, but that doesn't mean that the same one will work for you. So you really have to go to a health center, have them have a physical checkup on you, and then they will help you, guide you to which one will be the best for you. The hormonal ones really work fine, especially in youth, because we have the shots, we have the pills, and we also have, we can find them, the patches, which are also hormonal based.
And the IUD as well?
And the IUD, exactly, that's hormonal based as well.
Okay, so we know that most people would prefer the pill, and some may differ and say that the pill makes me get fat. But again, what works for your friend doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen to you. So always go to the health center and decide whether or not which one is right for you. So can you tell us more about the emergency contraceptive?
Okay, the emergency contraceptive is also a hormonal pill, but as the name states, it says emergency. So what that means? That means that would only help the young person if they had an, I would say, accident, but I really don't like to use that, because as young persons we should be prepared. I say we, but because I'm talking to you, I feel like I'm young. You should always be prepared and say that it's not an accident. You have the information, you should use the information. So the EC is really used in cases that you had used a condom and you thought or you think that a condom was not properly used, or you might think that it had a break in it. You use the pill, so you take the pill. We have 2 doses. We have one that's a double dose, which is 1 every 12 hours, and then you have 1 dose, the 1 pill, which are called the morning after pill or the EC.
And when can you use this emergency pill?
So as the name says, emergency pill should be used as immediately, as soon after. But it does have like a validated phase until up to 72 hours, which kind of gives you a high percentage that it will prevent any pregnancy.
Pregnancy from occurring. Okay, if contraceptive birth control is so effective, why should I use a condom?
Okay, well, you just mentioned something. Any contraceptive, it's not 100%. The only 100% is abstinence. Abstinence. That's the only 100%. Then all the other methods have 98% of effectiveness if used properly. So let's say, even if it's you're having sexual intercourse for a long time, or if it's your first time, if you use a dual, meaning not two condoms, because you know condom and condom can cause friction, but you can use a condom and a hormonal base, which this gives you a higher percentage of not becoming pregnant if you don't desire it.
Okay, so we see on movies and TVs a lot about contraceptive and condom. So is the stuff that they say real?
Well, you have to see which movie. Because you have some movies that are very fictional, very funny, that don't give you the facts. But you also have movies that really they use that as a learning technique for a young person, for them to learn. But you have to go with the facts, and the best way to get them is by going to a center, talking to a nurse, or also reading up. Young people have the technology at hand, so we have a lot of factual information on the internet. So.
And because there's this teen show, I'm 16 and pregnant, or I didn't know I was pregnant. Yeah.
Okay. In that show, I can definitely tell you that they're real situations. Mm-hmm. So these programs are based on real issues happening, like real teenagers who are pregnant, and they kind of like tell their life stories through the episodes.
Okay. So before we wrap up, do you have anything else that you would like to say regarding the topic? Anything you want to instill?
Okay, when it comes to the EC, it's very important for you to, as well, like the usual normal hormonal, you need to visit a center. BFLA, I know for a fact they have a method, an EC, Nervelvo, and you have to tell them exactly at what point you are. If it's your first day, third day, or fourth day of having sexual intercourse. However, if the young lady is already pregnant, the EC will not cause an abortion. So you have young people who think they're pretty smart. They come, but they know they're already pregnant, and they will still get the pill. It won't cause any abortion. So the young person can't blame it on the pill and say the pill did not work. You were already pregnant, so it would not affect the pregnancy. That's very important. And the earlier it's used, the safer and the better percentage of not having you become pregnant.
Okay, thanks, Miss Eva. But one more question. Mm-hmm. As a child, what was your childhood dream?
As a child, it's a pretty good question, but I wanted to be a scientist, really. I really like to mess with chemicals. I got into a lot of troubles because of chemicals. But realizing that I live in Belize, I really needed to have the money to actually go abroad and study, which I don't. So I stayed as a nurse and a social worker. So, which are still awesome jobs.
Still very, very awesome jobs. Go nurse. So you can go ahead and put your dream in our dream container.
So I have to put my dream here?
Yes.
Would it come true? I'll still become a scientist?
It's never too late.
Oh, okay.
That's all I can
Awesome.
say. And we have this thing that we do that you have to take a picture with our selfie.
Oh, I have to? Okay. Selfie picture with my phone? No? Picture taken? Good.
Okay, and with that being said, we're going to our commercial break.
Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the move and call it big chats. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the move. Shots. Great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation.
The show that is not afraid to tackle the issues that you care about. The show that is inspired and created by youth for youth. The show that gives you what you've been asking for. The show that gives you a voice. Tune in and log on to Big Chats.
Live on Saturday mornings at 11 with repeats on Sundays at 11 a.m. Only on Channel 5.
I see these are some serious times. All I can see around us is just violence and crime. Full time for us to centralize, socialize, and realize. So let the sun shine throughout every day. Let the moon shine through the peaceful nights. This is 7 times rising.
The BFLA Youth Center is a safe, positive place for youth.
With reading materials, games, and computers for doing research and homework. It's a place where youth can get together with other youth to build leadership and life skills. BFLA Youth Center also provides confidential, sexual, and reproductive health services for youth and counseling services for youth and parents. You can become a member of our youth advocacy movement and be a part of our training and educational sessions and community outreach. Come join us and be a part of the BFLA Youth Center because there is always someplace safe to be and something positive to do.
Man, oh, I got so much things on my face. I could barely could see my face. Just cover everything. And my eyes so big. Why couldn't it be smaller? And my nose is big, like it just take up whole of my face. Oh. On the right side, I have a pretty smile. My eyes bright and pretty and big. These moles actually make I look kind of different, you know. I can live with that. And my nose, the passed down from all my families, so I can't change that. This is who I am.
Well, you said that we would still be friends.
Big Chats, great vision. Youths for youths, building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, calling it Big Chats. Great vision, greater action.
And welcome back to the Big Chat Show. This is Crystal here in the Communications Corner. I have our first giveaway, and that are 2 barbecue from Tony's Barbecue. And the question for that giveaway is, what is Go Hoven and when were they established in Belize? You can text in your answer to our number at 604-1911. The question again is, what is Go Hoven and when were they established in Belize? Again, you can text in your answer to our number at 604-1911, and please include your first and last name in the text as well. Okay, while we wait for someone to text in to have a winner, we will go to our segment, Bedsider, for this week. It's based on IUD.
Word on the street is that some of you out there don't know what an IUD is. Put simply, it's a form of birth control that goes inside the uterus. It's pretty damn sweet. There are a few kinds of IUDs available in the U.S. Ones with hormones and ones without. IUDs are T-shaped, and they're smaller than an iPod Shuffle, and more than 99% effective at preventing pregnancy. Basically, it works by messing with the sperm, confusing them, and making it hard for them to reach her eggs and get her pregnant. IUDs can last between 3 and 12 years, depending on what kind she gets. 12 years? Yeah, 12 years. But if the two of you decide to get to any baby making any sooner, you can take the IUD out any time and get pregnant right away. Now I just broke down a really stellar method of birth control for you guys. And I just rebuilt this engine from scratch. Trust me, guys. The better you know the mechanics, Well, you get the idea.
With it. While we're still waiting on someone to text in their answer to win our 2 barbecue from Tony's Barbecue, I'd like to repeat the question. The question is, what is Gohoven and when were they established in Belize? I repeat, what is Gohoven and when were they established in Belize? You can text in your answer to our number at 604-1911 and please include your first and last name in the text as well. Okay, go back to the guys.
Yes, guys, thanks again for tuning in, and we do have a little more to discuss between me and Alice, and these are our contraception myths. You know, most people come up with ideas about contraceptive, and Alice, you want to go ahead?
Yes, you can get pregnant the first time you have sex, and the second and the third, and every after that. As soon as boys and girls go through puberty, they are capable of conceiving. Don't think the odds will save you.
Yeah, because, you know, at sometimes people would say, well, if you're a virgin or if it's your first time, you won't necessarily get pregnant. And again, that's a myth. It can happen at the first time you have sex. So always be careful and use a condom or other barrier to protect yourself. And you want to give yourself some time when you're on the pill, because the pill it's not the first day that you're going to use it means that it's going to work. It takes up to 7 days before it actually starts being effective. And the withdrawal method, Alice?
Yes, the withdrawal method isn't good birth control. The withdrawal method is definitely the oldest form of birth control, but very risky business. This idea is that the man removes his penis erection to prevent sperm entering the vagina. It can be very dangerous if used as the only form of birth control, especially in if the man is younger or inexperienced.
Because we want to remember that pre-cum, it still includes some amount of semen, so don't do the withdrawal method, guys. And now we're gonna go to our commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk more about our we're gonna do our new segment for today, Youth on Blast, with Kersha Singh and some of our young members, and we're going to break now.
Building our nation, coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement, call it big chats. Great vision, great direction. By youths for youths, building our nation, coming to you live, bringing you facts. Big chats, great vision, greater action. By youths for youths, building our nation.
The show that is not afraid to tackle the issues that you care about. The show that is inspired and created by youth for youth. The show that gives you what you've been asking for. The show that gives you a voice. Tune in and log on to Big Chats.
Live on Saturday mornings at 11 with repeats on Sundays at 11 a.m. Only on Channel 5.
Man, oh, I got so much thing for my face. I could barely could see my face. Just cover everything. And my eyes so big. Why couldn't it be smaller? And my nose. It's big, like it just take up whole of my face. Oh. On the right side, I have a pretty smile. My eyes bright and pretty and big. These moles actually make I look kind of different, you know. I can live with that. And my nose, that passed down from all my family, so I can't change that. This is who I am.
Well, you said that we would still be friends.
I see these are some serious times. All I can see around us is just violence and crime. Full time for us to centralize, socialize, and realize. So let every day. Let the moon shine through the peaceful nights. This is heaven time rising.
The BFLA Youth Center is a safe, positive place for youth.
With reading materials, games, and computers for doing research and homework. It's a place where youth can get together with other youth to build leadership and life skills. BFLA Youth Center also provides confidential, sexual, and reproductive health services for youth and counseling services for youth and parents. You can become a member of our youth advocacy movement and be a part of our training and educational sessions and community outreach. Come join us and be a part of the BFLA Youth Center because there is always someplace safe to be and something positive to do.
Big shots, great vision, greater action. By youths, for youths, building our nation.
The show that is not afraid to tackle the issues that you care about. The show that is inspired and created by youth for youth. The show that gives you what you've been asking for. The show that gives you a voice. Tune in and log on to Big Chats.
Live on Saturday mornings at 11 with repeats on Sundays at 11 a.m. Only on Channel 5.
One, two, one, two, 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 two. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 2.
Mothers, man. Oh, I got so much thing for my face. I could barely could see my face. Just cover everything. And my eyes so big. Why couldn't it be smaller? And my nose. It's big, like it just take up whole of my face. Oh. On the right side, I have a pretty smile. My eyes bright and pretty and big. These moles actually make I look kind of different, you know. I can live with that. And my nose, that passed down from all my family, so I can't change that. This is who I am.
Well, you said that we would still be friends.
I see these are some serious times. All I can see around us is just violence and crime. Full time for us to centralize, socialize, and realize. So let the sun shine throughout every day. Let the moon shine through the peaceful nights. This is heaven time rising.
The BFLA Youth Center is a safe, positive place for youth.
With reading materials, games, and computers for doing research and homework. It's a place where youth can get together with other youth to build leadership and life skills. BFLA Youth Center also provides confidential, sexual, and reproductive health services for youth and counseling services for youth and parents. You can become a member of our youth advocacy movement and be a part of our training and educational sessions and community outreach. Come join us and be a part of the BFLA Youth Center because there is always someplace safe to be and something positive to do.
Welcome to Youth on Blast. I'm your host, Kersha Singh, and we're here at the BFLA headquarters at 2621 Mercy Lane. And I'm here with some fellow YAM members from the BFLA YAM Youth Group. Hi, guys. Let me get your name real quick.
Hi, my name is Manali.
My name is Angelique.
My name is Kiel Mackenzie.
My name is Tierney Talbert.
Okay, and what made you join YAM?
Originally I started coming here on OJT, and I really liked the atmosphere that they had and how useful they were to youths, and so I thought that I would start coming to the meetings that they would have every Friday.
Well, my mom is a youth officer here, but she started telling me about the youth group, and I just thought it was very interesting, and I started coming, and I just felt attracted to the people there.
Well, I was brought here by one of my one of my fellow classmates, and I enjoyed it and really liked it.
Well, YAM gives me something to do on Fridays, and since my stepdad works here as well, I was brought here by him. And so far, I'm enjoying it, so I'm here.
Okay, guys, and what YAM has done for you?
I think that YAM has really given me the opportunity to be able to sit down with people my own age and have like a decent informational conversation, and at the end of it, make it all fun for everybody.
Well, when I first came here, I wasn't the very popular social person. I just was a shy girl sitting in the corner, and coming to YAM, getting social with other people, teens my age, I started, socializing with them, and I felt drawn to the socialization that it brought.
Well, so far YAM has kept me off the street and keep me out of trouble and let me socialize with other people my age, and yeah, I have to enjoy it.
Well, YAM has given me a family outside my own, so I guess that's the reason I'm here, and that's what they gave me.
How sweet, Theone. And what is one advice that you will tell the youths out there?
One advice I have is that when you are exchanging questions and having a conversation about sexual education, base it on facts and not what he said, she said, I think, they think, what I heard, because in the end, what you tell someone, that might be the piece of information that they need.
My advice is just go to any youth officer or counselor and just get your information on SNRH.
My advice, just stay out of trouble and stay at BFLA.
Well, my advice is just come, enjoy yourself, learn, and socialize with everyone else.
Wow. Okay, and our special guest for today is Manali Aspinall, and she will be singing a song for us. Manali?
This song is called Rise Up by Andrea Day, and I really like this song because it really sends out an inspirational message to the youth, saying that yes, we as youth experience a lot of troubles and trials and peer pressure, but it's always nice to stand up for what you believe in and to rise above all of it. You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, but you can't find a fire. But I see it in you, so we gon' work it out. Ooh, mountains, we gon' work it out. Ooh, mountains, and I'll rise up today, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, rise like the day, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but we promise we'd take the world to its feet. Ooh, mountains, take it to its feet. Ooh, mountains. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, all we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. Yay! I'll rise up the day, I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. I'll rise up the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, you.
Thank you, Monali. That was a job well done, isn't it, guys? Okay, and that's a wrap. We will now be joining Crystal over at the Communications Corner. Thank you.
And that was Youth on Blast with our host, Kersha Singh, and some of our yammies from the Youth Advocacy Movement, the youth arm of the Belize Family Life Association. Okay, and now we have a winner for our first giveaway, and that person is Miss Gloria Avila. Congratulations. You may pick up your prize at 2621 Mercy Lane at the BFLA headquarters during normal working hours between the days of Monday to Friday. And please bring along an identification card when you come to claim your prize. Okay, with that, we'd like to give away our second prize for today, and that is $20 phone credit from the Chit Chat Belize helpline. And our question is, what is dual protection? You can text in your answer to our number at 604-1911. I repeat the question, what is dual protection? Okay, please include your first and last name in the text as well, and text in your answer again to the number 604-1911. Okay, while we wait to get a winner for that prize, we will go to our last segment for today, and that is My Changing Body. What's the deal with that?
So what's the deal with that? My changing body?
No, my changing body.
What's the deal with my skin and all these pimples?
It's normal to get pimples, especially when you're a teen. Acne may be the first noticeable sign of puberty. You may get acne on your face, upper chest, or back. During puberty, your oil glands go into overdrive, causing acne. Stress, having your period, harsh scrubbing, and oil-based makeup can make pimples worse. Don't pick them. Instead, keep your skin clean and get treatment advice from a doctor. The good news, acne usually improves by the end of puberty.
So what's the deal with that? My changing body?
No, my changing body.
Yeah, so what I deal with that?
No, for real. What did I deal with that?
And again, welcome back to Big Chats. So, Alice, let's recap what happened on our show today. And of course, we have to say a big thank you to our guest, Miss Eva Burgos from Go Hoven, and also our youth members. Monali, who sang a very beautiful song, and our young members, you have to thank them. We just celebrated our 13th anniversary of our YAM, and Alice, you were here at our YAM bashment, so tell us a little about that.
Well, basically it was just about to have all the YAMs from other branches come together to celebrate their anniversary. So we did a glow-in-the-dark party, which was held downstairs at the BFLA, and we just basically have fun and interact with each other.
So that's one of the many things we do here at YAM. And contraceptive and a teen's guide to contraceptive was our topic for today, and Miss Eva really stressed on using different barriers to prevent pregnancy, and I believe that was a good topic for today. And you had another myth you wanted to discuss about gravity?
Yes. Guys, please remember that gravity is one law that does not work in sex. Even if you stand up and the female is on top, it does not matter. The semen is already in, so the gravity law does not work while having sex.
And now we want to go and yes, talking about gravity, most people would say that after sex, as soon as you're finished, just stand up and the semen would come down. But you have to remember that semen can, even if it's one, it can still fertilize the egg. So don't do the gravity myth. And now we want to go over to the communication corner with Krista, where we should have a winner by now.
Yes, we do have a winner for our second giveaway, and that person is Miss Marta Gomez. Congratulations. Again, you can pick up your prize at 2621 Mercy Lane during normal working hours between the days of Monday to Friday. And please bring along an identification card when you come to claim your prize. Okay, with that, I would like to give away the points to remember. On this episode of Big Chats, we learned that the Go Hoven model is youth-led, local, diverse, and inclusive. Since 2011, Go Hoven has been building the capacity of young leaders and organizations to create positive change in adolescent sexual and reproductive health (ASRH) programs in Belize. And 2, hormonal birth control is great at preventing pregnancy, but not great at all to prevent STDs. Using condoms and birth control is your best way to prevent pregnancy and disease. On this show, we could improve the quality of life for a young person if we give them the right information and provide them with supporting environment in which they could talk to others about what they are going through. Some resources are available at the Belize Family Life Association. They provide life skills, personal development programs, and opportunities to ensure that young people develop into productive and responsible adults. Join the youth advocacy movement today by visiting a BFLA center near you. And remember that you could keep on learning about sexual health topics through the Chit Chat Teen Helpline service by simply texting the word Safe Text to 604-1911 to get weekly topics, or text the word chat to ask a question. The service is anonymous, private, confidential, and accessible with their SMS bundles. And with that, I would like to say thanks to everyone who tuned in today, and congratulations again to our winners and everyone who's at home, and to my little nephew, Kadir, who's celebrating his birthday. So, party after this.
We come to the end of our show. Alicia, you have any last words?
I hope you guys enjoyed the show today, and I personally learned a very good lesson today. So, have a nice day.
Anybody you need to big up?
Okay, I want to big up my family, my cycling family, Team Swoosh, and everybody who is watching us today. Thank you.
And I'd also like to big up my best friend, Minadia Small and Donissa Ortiz. They promised to kill me if I didn't mention them. And that's it for our show today. Remember, the show repeats tomorrow at 11 a.m. Thank you for choosing Big Chats.
Great direction by youth for youth building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement called the Big Chats. Big Chats. Great vision, great direction by youth for youth building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement called the Big Chats. Great vision, great direction by youth for youth building our nation. Coming to you live, bringing you facts. Youths on the movement called the Big Chats. That's right, we back on the movement. Fresh new season, fresh new blueprint. Talking about issues facing our youth, inspiring the nation, delivering truth on violence, poverty, sexual health, and a lot more topics that are so heartfelt. Misinformation causing distress, got youths crying out, we need some help. So we reach out with a brand new vibe. Keep you entertained while giving you stats. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Big Chats, great vision.